So I wasn't really happy how the my most recent video went. The haul videos, I honestly don't really care, so to speak. If it goes way bad, I'm talking like this, and you guys can't hear what I'm saying. So talk quietly, because again, like I've mentioned so many times before, I don't like people knowing, my parents knowing, and anyone in the house knowing that I make videos. It's also kind of sad that I still live with my parents, but I mean, I'm 20 years old, you know, I'm handicapped, so. Yeah, I probably will be living here for a while now. Alright, anyways, so, I didn't like how it came out. I talked normal voice and everything. It's just I didn't like how it came out. So this is going over, like, this is more of an overview of the entire, like, these guys. The Detective 80 Years of Batman and the Robin 80 Years of Robin. Boy Wonder, actually. I don't have a script. I probably should have written down some shit, some things for me to remember, but I didn't. I mean, I don't usually write. Actually, I never have written a script for my videos because they don't require scripts. I'm not one of those professional YouTubers who makes videos about different things. I'm kind of a comic haul video, and I'll keep doing that. For the longest time, I thought no one wanted to watch that, but other people have been doing them, and they've gotten views. I think it's just I gotta monetize it, and I gotta get it myself out there. But enough about my filling YouTube. Alright, so all in all, I like these. It's just this one, I really feel like I should have waited for, because I paid full price for a book that has some minor, very minor wear and tear. Like, you can't even see it. I would have to show you. It's like more OCD, nitpicky than anything. It just, like, it's like little water, I don't want to say water damage, like creases at the top. Kind of like someone had read it beforehand, even though it was wrapped up and this book just came out. I don't think these books should be as expensive as they are. List price, I understand. Like, you know, gotta make that money. But I don't think they should be $30 forever at Newberry. I think they should go down in price. Just my 2 cents. What I like about these is that, and this is something I'm going to go back to, because I have 2 others on the Kindle. Actually, 1 other on the Kindle. And they have little write-ups, like Burt Ward, like I told you in the other haul video. Burt Ward, who was the Robin in the 60s Batman show that I'm dying to finally sit down and watch, because I don't mind different interpretations of movies. Hell, I like Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, despite the fact that they get a lot wrong about Spider-Man's character, and, you know, the Flash is totally miscast, so is MJ, and Harry Osborn's nowhere to be found. Aunt May is also miscast. He stays in high school way longer than he should. But that high school one is a super nitpick, because it's only been 2 movies. So I guess, and I wouldn't say that. He's been, scratch that one. But I like everything else about the movies. Especially the villains. The villains have been some of the best that the MCU has ever seen. Anyways, these ones. So you get write-ups from, like, people who have written Batman, like these top creators and top celebrities, like Burt Ward, like not celebrities, like any celebrity, like people who have voiced the characters. I don't, there wouldn't be, unfortunately, there wouldn't be anything by Adam West, because he died before this book came out, because this book just came out, this Robin one, and the Batman one came out not too long ago. What I also like is that you get some from each decade. I think you get more from the early days, I want to say. The Robin one, and not so much, but the Batman and Superman ones, I am still in the 1940s, and I gotta admit that I haven't been catching up on them as I should, because of that reason. And they make it easy, and I feel like I should go in order, even though I don't need to. But I kind of want to skip around, because you can do that, thankfully. You can do that, if you're stuck, if you're sick of, like, old shit, like Golden Age shit, you can go to Silver Age or Bronze Age, or they have very few of it, but Modern Age. It also looks nice. They both have like the same look to them, same back. Obviously, different. The characters, obviously. The spine makes it look like super thick. So it's worth the money, but not when you have 6 of the 20 of them. But it was 30% of the book that is repeats. But this is what I think they should do, at least for the Robin one. They should do first appearances. They should not. Oh, I actually think I have another one I didn't mention in the other video. So I'll mention that right after this. First appearance of Nightwing as Robin. First appearance of Nightwing in the comics. First appearance of all the Robins. Focus on that first before you do. Before you basically do this. Here, yeah, I just grabbed these from the $1, $2, $3 bins and the grab bags. Know how we used to do that? Yeah, here, just put these in a Robin book. No one will care. That's literally how it looks, how it seems like. Super Sons #7. That's a recent book, and it's not even that good. I've heard it's not even that good. Why that? Why not the first appearance of Nightwing? The only first appearance that you guys seem to have is ones that I already have. And one I have probably read. I don't know. No, never mind. Scratch that. It makes no sense why they would do that. I do want to look that up. The second one is that for the Detective Comics one, and maybe for the Robin one. They say, and I mentioned this before actually, that's right too. They say Detective Comics 400, and they make it seem like it has to, no, actually don't make it seem like it, but it doesn't collect the full Detective Comics 400, or at least the Batman stories in that issue. And it makes no sense. It's possible that those were reprints. I hope, but I don't think so, because again, like I've said before, no, it's not. It's 357. No. As Robin, you do get a first appearance. Never mind. Batman 366. Is it 366? I think it is. I don't get my hopes up. They don't have the first appearance of Nightwing here, though. Unfortunately. Which I don't get why they don't do that. Nope, I was wrong. Wait, 368? Oh, duh, 368 and 366. So no, scratch that. It does not have the first appearance of Jason Todd or Nightwing. It has the first appearance of Dick Grayson, which I have. I have the facsimile edition of it. But I don't think that those Batmans are reprints, because on DC's app you can get the full book. It's like 80 pages and it's a 100-page giant. So maybe the rest, maybe the Spectre one, because there's other characters in Detective Comics. Like a stupid Slam Bradley one that you can skip. I will admit that I did not read that full 60+ page Detective Comics 38. I just read the Batman part and one of the Slam Bradleys, and I was like, this is stupid. No wonder why no one talks about these characters anymore. I gotta talk a little bit quieter now, because it's kind of late. Not really. No, I can only talk loud. I can talk too loud. Another thing I hate is that it's just like random issues. And not just, it doesn't have first appearances, but no real key issues. I could be wrong, but it seems like they just, and some are part 2s. Like they have a part 3 of War Games, or part 50 of War Games in one of them, and it's just like, instead of doing that, why don't you do key issues? Like, you guys do realize that you would probably make more sales, and I'm sure they've made plenty of sales with those books. I haven't heard, this Detective Comics one sold terribly, but it would be much more beneficial to you if you did key issues. That way everyone felt like they made their bank, most of their buck. I do like the Joker one. It's a celebration of 75 years, so it doesn't count, technically. I think it's in the Clown Prince of Crime one, the 80 years. I'll get to that one in a second. but the 75 Years has the Batman Laughing Fish one, which is one I've always wanted to read. Hell, I might even just skip to that one and read that one, because I really don't care at this point about going to the older ones. But I'll probably go back to the older ones, obviously. But in terms of what I want to I'm dying to read, that is what I'm dying to read, and it's a good writer too. So going to that Joker one, there's a Joker 80 Years Prince of Crime, and this is something that I'm mixed on, is that they have almost all of the 75 years of Joker material in that one, and maybe even some of that softcover one that I have, the Greatest Jokes one, and I don't totally disagree with that. I mean, I can see where they're going. It's like, see where they're going with that. It's like, oh, it's just, this probably isn't readily available, so let's give them the best of the best in these ones. But what I think they should do is just reprint 75 years. Actually, I'm not mixed about that. I hate now that I think about it. They should just reprint the Robin ones, or the Robin ones out of print completely. The Joker one, I think you can find for a good price. I got it digitally, and I'll probably get the Robin one digitally. The Robin one. I might get it this week so I can have like a full set of Robins. That one's a lot better. It has almost none of what I already owned. There's a few of them. There's a definite family one, and then there's a few others, but probably 6 again. But there's a lot of other ones that I've been dying to read. And it focuses, I don't know if this one focuses on more than one Robin, but that one focuses, it has like little like chapters, like chapter 1, Jason Todd, chapter 2, Nightwing, here's stories from Jason Todd, here's a story from Nightwing, here's a story from Dick Grayson. I always get them too confused, Jason Todd and Dick Grayson, for whatever reason. I think it's because I kind of feel, in my opinion, I know why they killed him. Oh, spoilers, by the way, I already said it. It's a really old story by now. You guys should have known this by now, comic aficionados. I think they should have killed off Dick Grayson rather than Jason Todd. I know why they did it, because no one liked Jason Todd at the time, until he became Red Hood. And I don't mind him. He's not that bad. I imagine that I kind of had this image of him being much worse than he actually is. But he wasn't that bad. And they should have killed, because killing off Dick Grayson. They can still make Dick Grayson Red Hood and everything, but Dick Grayson has been there since the beginning. But the comics fans would probably be pissed at them. And this was back in the 80s, so they probably would have lost them for a good amount of time. They might have lost sales. They might be at what they're at today. But all in all, I like these books. I want more of them. I want them to just learn from their mistakes. I'm sure these are mistakes that nobody else in this world has, but I hope. I just wish it wasn't a grab bag of comics. I wish there was more key issues, including first appearances, like of Robin, and I wish they wouldn't skimp on the, because Jesus. At least with this, I understand. Like there's a Detective Comics annual that only has a Robin story. There's actually Detective Comics 1000. I get why you shouldn't include that full 96-page book. I get that. But for this, they should collect the full Detective Comics 400. Do they have Detective Comics 1000 here? I feel like they do. Not too sure. Oh, and another weird thing about this one is that the Crimson Avenger, I don't think ever appears in Batman comics. Could be wrong, but it was neat. It was like a time capsule, because I don't think it's not on the DC app. It's very hard to find. 27, if that one's part of it. I don't know. It's not saying it, but maybe. That's fine that they include both Detective Comics from New 52 and from the original, I know, did for his first appearance. So yeah, I would recommend these, but maybe get these on Amazon. Last I checked, Robin, I'm gonna check now, Robin was still 30 pages, was still $30. Oh, and speaking of pages, I'm probably gonna go on more of a rant than this, but I was looking up comics on Marvel the other day, because I wanted to make sure, because I was doing a checklist, because I was thinking about not selling that Batman Arkham Asylum comic, the one I had on the Kindle. I got on a Kindle to return, which I say return anyways. Well, I spent 20, but whatever. And they have a 20-page Marvel book for $5. I don't know if it's because, and you still remember it's the same price as no, it's still $30, still full price. Yeah, I hate that 75 years one is hard to find. I don't get it because it wasn't that long ago. It's $69.55 plus $5.45 shipping. I'm probably just gonna get on the Kindle. It's still $8.99, but actually the sale's still going on technically. So it still is going on for about a few hours more. But I don't have the money for it because I spent a lot of it. So where was I? Oh yeah, 20 pages. That's $5 for. No, sorry, $1 for 5 pages. And I don't. It's the same price digitally as it is hard copy because Marvel and DC and all these distributors, every distributor has not figured out. Comixology as a whole, I guess, I think that's a distributor for all of these guys. They haven't figured out how to price digital comics as less than the physical price, because you can do that. There's no excuse against that. There should never be a book for $30 digitally, unless it's an omnibus. There's one that's $50. That's just because it's a thicker book. It's like the prestige format for the Black Label. You can go back to my videos to see what that means. I'm not gonna explain it. It's album basic. It's the album cover basically. But it's digital. It's no excuse why they shouldn't. Why a digital book should be $50 when it has 500 pages. It's kind of like I might as well just spend the extra money and get it on the Kindle, get it on Amazon or whatever. Or because I think it's $50 on Amazon. Because I was surprised to find out that it was $75 full price. When I looked for it at Newberry, I saw it in that Newberry. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing. That's it. I like this cut a lot better.